All right, today is March 12th, 2026. It is 3:40 p.m. My son should be coming from school now, but there's some stuff I want to check with you. I created a list. This I just saw. It's not on my list, but it was on my screen. Breaking: British troops have just been attacked by Iranian suicide drone. I doubt it, okay? I doubt it. The Jews have been they want to get as many people as possible, well, as many countries as possible to get involved in the war. There is no way Iran is gonna attack a country, even though they are part of it, but they're not gonna instigate to get more countries to get involved. Okay, so I don't believe this one. So I wasn't gonna talk about this, but it was on my screen. This is my first tweet, or should I say second? All right, so first one or second one? All right, this one is kind of funny. It was going around. That's Omid. Me after I left the royal beat. She's just minding her business and eating. They don't care. She's there. There's me. Oops. Yep. There's my son. Oh shit, I left it recording, my son. Okay, so there's me here laughing, there's that, people are just laughing. It would be amazing if you get invited to Australia though. The weeping and gashing of teeth across the bitter island will be a delight to behold. Alright, the squad are just laughing. He literally just posted it. See, I responded to it 15 minutes ago. Alright, this video, I really do not want it to be too long, because there's a lot of little things here and there I saw the squad were talking about, so I don't have to record it tonight. Next one. They are pretending to cry about $3,199 price ticket because it is a biracial woman. Who dare she? Yet look at the price Kate, William, and Charles charge for access. Then hear anyone calling for their titles to be taken away. At least Meghan is doing this as a favor, but these three were selling this access for themselves. A dinner invitation to Effingham. Oh, Effingham Palace cost £100,000. Not sure whether it came with there's the word here, with hose or massages though. I guess one needs to read the small print. Okay, when was that? That was back in 2014. Oh, so that's why I was seeing the squad is talking about it. They were showing receipts. Because Meghan is gonna be doing the thing, and the derangers start, as per usual, complaining. So the squad went and get their receipt. William and Kate charged $15. 15 couples, £32,000 each for dinner in New York. Cash for access. Questions as royal couple court U.S. super rich. They're making money, but when they're leaving, they don't pay the city wherever they're going for security and all of that. They left the bill for the city to take care of it. Oh my God. Dinner with Charles. That'll be £100,000, please. Rich guests were asked to transfer cash to Royal Bank before invitation to Buckingham Palace were confirmed. They want to make sure you have the money. Indeed, worrying and pocket watching the 300 ticket purchasers who can obviously afford to spend their cash anywhere they done well, please. Alright, so there's that. I tried to look at this. It's very hard to read. Not just this, William charged £60,000 for the privilege of playing alongside him. What? You pay to play with... Oh, God. It's always charity fundraisers when the royals saw it. Okay, I guess do it. Do it. They are not allowed to charge money to line their own pockets. Fear Tuck and his handler do it for the money. The thing is not even for Meghan. I think she's appearing at someone else's thing, because she's gonna be in in Australia. She was like, okay, I'll do it for you. Oop, I don't think I did it correctly. The next tweet. There's that here. He's basically Fergie now. Alright. Prince William named an Epstein file as charity funding question grow. Newly released email and charity records shift attention from royal rumors to donor vetting. Alright. She's basically Fergie now. what Royal Insider are saying about 1,705 pounds VIP Meet Meghan event, surprising way the Duchess contacted organizers, and how much Harry is reportedly set to pocket by Rebecca English. Rebecca English, please. They don't know. Alright, so that's why the squad were coming with receipts. Well, like we didn't know how shady he is. There's that, 10 out of 10. More like the new Andrew. There's that. Alright, next tweet. They're really trying to attach the Sussexes anyway in a negative way. This is crazy. Alright, this one. Anyway, what are y'all having for breakfast? Americans pay $100,000 to dine with Prince William and Kate Middleton 11 years ago. Okay, William and Kate first tour includes £14,000 ahead of dinner. So what they're pretty much saying here, I'm not gonna read everything. They are pretty much projecting the things that the other royals have done onto Harry and Meghan. Hope all the real Meghan Sussex fans get to attend. Proceeds will benefit Lifeline NAM, a suicide prevention. Tickets for the event are currently on sale, starting at $1,978,000, with proceeds benefiting Lifeline NAM, a 24/7 crisis support and suicide prevention service. What a waste of $100,000. I really want to know who paid that kind of money to hear mumbling. Making reference to the Left Behinders. More saga news for lunch. Okay, a royal biographer has unleashed a scathing criticism of King Charles, accusing the palace of perverting the course of justice and urging the monarch to abdicate. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so this is a TikTok video. Petty, that's the B word. Petty Bitch Prince William. I like his new name. Alright, so let's listen. 1 minute and 27 seconds.
William is a petty bitch and will be one of the worst kings since Henry VIII, and I can prove it. Anytime Harry wanted to work on any sort of cause, William wanted to put the kibosh on that. The Heads Together cause, that was Harry's idea, and William jumped on board with it. And when Harry wanted to work on Africa, famously in Spare, Harry said that William said, "Africa is mine, Harold," which just proves that he is a colonizer, and they very much are a racist family, just by that sentence alone. And also, when Harry wanted to work on military and veterans issues, William said he could not, even though Harry was also in the military and was also a veteran. When Harry came up with Invictus, William wanted to get on board with that too, and I'm so glad that Harry kept it for himself, because Invictus is a success because William is not involved. Imagine having to live with your brother controlling everything you do and every cent that you are given. And then you will know why Andrew is so dependent on Charles and why Andrew is so messed up, because he couldn't see beyond being dependent on Charles and Harry could. And this is exactly why Harry left.
Well, William kicked him out. And then with the Invictus, I am so glad he went to the board first. Okay, he went to the board and asked permission. Because what I think would have happened if Harry had went to William first and said, "Look, I have this idea. I went to the US. I saw this. I saw that. I want to create this." William would have said no, which pretty much he was pretty upset that Harry went to the board first. So if Harry had gone to William first, William would have told him no. What I think he will do next is take the same idea, go to the board and ask. And if the board said yes, and then he will make it his. And then Harry would have been left behind. He would have stole Harry's idea. So Harry did well. I mean, Harry is very smart. He knows how to interact with each of the members of the family in their respective way. BRL Festival of Remembrance and Victor's Games were featured with no photo or mention of Prince Harry, as Charles and William said glowing. 2025, William launched Hassel takeover of Center Bally, then Birmingham awarded Invictus Game 2027. But then Along came Andrew. Alright, that's the system they live under since the 5th century. Everybody in the royal family depend on the king or queen for everything, not just financially, but must approve everything they do. Look what happened to Princess Margaret. Same for Aristotle. The heir gets it all, decide all. Alright, Berkshire, we really should volunteer for service as a helicopter pilot. I'm sensitive to fake energies. I align with fairness, truth, principle. You will get what you give. Hate got you abandon your principle. What she says is correct. It was some of the thing that she was saying was written, spare, in different articles and things like that. Okay, I read this. Okay, how is Henry VIII one of the worst king? All right, let's leave that alone. Let's go to the next one. All right, so this is making reference to the very first. Did I put it? Okay, if I don't see it, I have to go search for it. William was out and about, not the shot that Omid showed. Okay, the very first or second tweet that I share with you. There's another one. He was out and about, and nobody. Well, there were some people. Okay, in the absence of a school and the vicinity, and the crowd doesn't come to you, you go where the crowd is and pretend they are your friends. Every Londoner knows how busy food markets are at lunchtime. This crisis manager is really working for her paycheck. Okay, so this one is making reference to the Omid one. The lady was minding her own business. Eating. That's me, like an hour ago. Gotta make up for the parasite at the Commonwealth Day. New crisis manager doing same old shit. When Prince Williams is a bully, force himself on New York City, they went to the World Trade Center and trapped tourism behind barriers and pretend they were there for him. He did the same in Brazil. The two lazy squanchers need to leave working people alone. Them playing pretend at these jobs is pointless and frankly insulting when it's the reality for millions of workers, while theirs is palaces plus millions in taxpayers handout. One brother was quite giddy writing about the chaos. It's a stopping point for tourist coach tour. It's always very busy. They are not announcing engagement for the simple reason they don't want to hear the buzz or question being thrown at them. Exactly what I thought. They'll be at Alton Towers next. Exactly. Just like the time William went to a crowd beach to get PR shots of himself pretending like the people were on the beach to see him. Oh my God, these people, they create this nonsense on themselves and now this is the one. Okay, good. I'm glad I have it. That's the tweet I was talking about. Just end. William has been heckled for the third time in a week over his complicity in the Andrew scandal. 2 hecklers in London today. The royals can dodge their role and discover up royal Epstein inquiry now. Abolish the monarchy. I'm telling you, they manipulate so many people, so many girls to entrap those men, people, decision makers, so they could do that war that's going on right now. And now people are rejecting it. When I said the Palestinians sacrifice themselves for us, okay, when they say, okay, this revelation is coming up to me now. When we say Christ died for us, I've heard many people who reads the Bible, who knows the scriptures from beginning to end and everything in between. I'm not one of those. I don't know the scriptures that well. But anyway, I usually hear people say Christ is coming. Christ is coming. I think he had already came and he did it again for us. Why I'm saying this? Palestine is the home of where Jesus was born, right? All right. I'm really feeling this right now. I usually come with my crazy thinking. Okay. I went and searched it. Palestine is the area or the place where Jesus was born. He had came already. He came already. They did exactly the same thing during when Jesus carried the cross and they crucified him and everything like that. He just did it for us again. He literally just did it already. How? The same place. Look what the Jews did to Palestinian. They shoot at kids, women, pregnant people, everything. That they were Jesus. All of those people who die in Palestine, bombing endlessly, senselessly, demonically, these crazy people, they literally just took out God, Jesus, in Palestine. All these people that were dying, I've said it way before, not in that sense, where I said they sacrificed for us. Now it's coming to me again. I truly believe that Jesus came and they did the same thing again. What do I mean by the same thing again? What Israel did to Palestine. The thing that I was seeing, the crazy, barbaric thing that I was seeing that was going on in Palestine, it is heartbreaking. And now, when I mean Palestine sacrifice for us, because it opened the eyes, the people who didn't really care. They mind their own business. They do their thing. And we rely on our politician to make the proper decision for us so we could move on with our life. But no, the devil was so deep. It paralyzed all those people who were supposed to represent us so they could destroy Palestine. Meanwhile, many of us who were minding our own business, and we saw what was happening, and we were like, wait a second, what is our representative is doing to us? Why are you not speaking against that barbaric? They continue, they keep their mouth shut. But anyway, I spent too much time on this. The whole point that I wanted to say is Jesus did come, okay? I truly believe Jesus came at our time. Many of us were too late to see what Israel was doing, and they pretty much sacrificed, okay, crucified Palestine in the form of bombing and doing all the things that they just did. All right, this is the new way of the crucifixion. By bombing it, flatten it, bomb hospitals, bomb all sort of place. So this is the revive way. Instead of the crucifixion, they nailed Jesus on the cross and all of this, they bombed them. That's our version of the crucifixion. I truly believe this is what just happened here. I don't know, as I'm saying this, my blood is, I feel that chill. It's a weird feeling. So I think this is what happened. But anyway, let's get back to this. Why did I bring all of this? Oh my God. All right, just in, William has been heckled for the third time in a week over his complicity in the Andrew scandal. 2 hecklers in London today. The royal can't dodge their role and discover up royal Epstein inquiry. Now abolish the monarchy. All right, did we watch it? 24 seconds.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? William, have you been covering for Andrew? William, have you been covering for Andrew? Have you been covering for Andrew, William?
Oh my God, this is what they wanted for Harry and Meghan, but there it is. Next up to also investigate is Prince William. The Epstein torture video. Sultan is the co-founding partner of Prince William's charity Earthshot Prize, and William got £1 million from this Epstein torture video Sultan, plus another £50,000 from Epstein too. They all knew, including Andrew's mother. Yeah, they did. Oh my God, the pedo family. All pedos and parasite must go. The king clearly knows more. Okay, what is this about? So King Charles had the final approval and the appointment of Peter Mandelson as UK ambassador to USA. Was it that guy they throwing under the bus? And then they leave Andrew alone. They Sir Clive political appointment as his HM ambassador to Washington. The Prime Minister has indicated his intention to recommend during this Parliament small number of political appointments to serve as His Majesty's ambassadors overseas. The Prime Minister now proposes such an appointment. I have discussed this with the Foreign Secretary, who agrees with the recommendation. Political appointee and rare in the British system, but in keeping with those appointed from within diplomatic or civil service, His Majesty's approval is required. May I request that, I can't see this, but seek the King's approval for Lord Peter Mandelson as HM Ambassador to Washington. Lord Mandelson will succeed Dame Karen Pierce in early 2025. I enclose a curriculum vitae for him. He probably gonna go to jail. Alright, okay. Alright, let's leave that alone. These are other things I do not want to go over. Next tweet. Alright, let's listen to this. To protect Camilla, there was leaking against Harry. There's been quite a lot of leaking against Meghan and Harry in order to keep the attention away from Fergie and Andrew. Andrew Loney, author of Entitled, states what have been obvious for years. Alright, let's listen to him.
One of the things that perhaps could go is the royal rota, because that does seem to be a control mechanism which cuts out a lot of people.
We're going to talk more about Beatrice and Eugenie. How does that information about Royal Ascot, how does that end up in the mail on Sunday?
Big PR teams who are leaking the whole time, and they will often leak against each other to protect their principles. And we saw this to protect Camilla. There was leaking against Harry. Fergie was often involved in leaking stories. Anything to deflect attention. I mean, I think in some ways there's been quite a lot of leaking against Meghan and Harry in order to keep the attention away from Fergie and Andrew. And I think certainly at the moment there's a lot of briefing against Beatrice and Eugenie in order to keep the scandal away from the king. It's all about containment. You know, the firewalls are going up, and Beatrice and Eugenie, I mean, who are not innocents in this, but they're very easy scapegoats to try and divert attention. We know the Sunday Times and the Telegraph tend to be quite supportive of the royal family. They tend to receive a lot of briefings that other papers don't receive. One of the things that perhaps could go is the royal rota. That does seem to be a control mechanism which cuts out a lot of people. It does control the narrative. And in some ways, the royal family don't need to control the narrative quite so much because they can do that now through their direct social media outlets.
Right. Yeah, Meghan showed them. They didn't use it before until Meghan started doing that. Alright, girl, the protest from Monday clearly effed the British royal family up because the smear campaign against Meghan over the last couple of days are unbelievable. What did they know? Alright, let's see here. Royal enablers disgrace Andrew with blind eyes and deaf ears, but it won't wash. Huh. Alright, there's that. Oh, they spell it. What did you know? Oh my God, there's that and more to come. He conveniently ignored Billy and Kate. There's been quite a lot of leaking on Harry and Meghan to keep attention away from Andy, Fergie, but mainly Billy and Kate. Must watch that episode to see what else he said or didn't say. William's affair reveal is also key to understanding the machinery and smearing the Sussexes. Charles had a quid pro quo problem with cash for honor scandal. William sought a court injunction for affair rumors. Prince Andrew was smeared an allegation of rape against minor. And that too. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Oh my God, these people, I don't know, do they like problems? They can't live peacefully. Everything negative, it attracts to them. Alright, next tweet. Holy cow. Cookie Queen was just picked up by Liongates Studios. Congratulations to Alyssa Namias, Duchess Meghan, Prince Harry, and of course, the lovely Girl Scout. Okay, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry back documentary Cookie Queen's Land at Roadside Attraction. That was posted today. Alright. I can't wait to see it. Sam, what wonderful news for the team. My goodness, fantastic news. This is such a wonderful news. I've been sending this out to the universe. The universe always comes through for the Sussexes. And one of the videos that I did, I don't know if it was today, the deal Netflix was trying to acquire, what was the company again? Warner Brothers or something like that. It's done with. The other company outbid Netflix, so Netflix just let it be. Next tweet. I was laughing about this. I don't know, Nelly's caption always captivated me, made me laugh. American media be like, millennials and Gen Z are playing Mahjong like Meghan. There's that. 1 minute and 3 seconds.
It's not just your grandmother anymore. Millennials and Gen Zers are now embracing the 200-year-old game, Mahjong. Meghan Markle hosts a Mahjong game night with friends, as seen on her Netflix show.
You're trying to complete one of those sets. Why not? I'll take it. Wow.
Am I excited? Yeah. All right, let's play.
Leland Restaurant in Brooklyn hosts Mahjong classes.
So it's really about learning the game and being able to play amongst a bunch of friends and new friends.
Lenny On is the instructor.
As you're shuffling, you make the clacking sound, which is very soothing. We're not playing our grandparents' Mahjong. We're playing the style that we love. We have like parties with it. We have a lot of DJs going. Millennial, Gen Z, they want ways to connect without their phones. This is such a great way to do that.
This is a great game to meet new people, learn the new culture, and just have fun.
Okay. All right, your caption always have me LOL. There's that. There's all of this. All right, so that's an ad. Next one. This is Miss and Harry, man. All right, let's pause. The last time I checked, Meghan Markle is not dropping bombs on people. She's not annexing nation. She's not a pedophile. Yet there's way more coverage directing hate toward her than people that are really hurting people. Photographer and activist Misan Harriman tell Chris in March 2025. All right, 2 minutes and 20-something seconds. 21 seconds.
The industrial and very focused hate machine that I've seen, I've experienced myself due to my proximity to both Harry and Meghan, has been extraordinary. And what I would say is that, you know, one day, you know, her children will be adults and it'll be impossible to protect them, right? From the ledger, and it is a ledger of hate that mainly the British media has been responsible for. And what I mean by that is, last time I checked, Meghan is not dropping bombs on people. She's not annexing nations. She's not a pedophile. Yet there is way more coverage and time and words spent directing hatred towards her than people that are really, really hurting people. And I do wonder how history is going to remember those that held the pen and the microphone and kissed their kids goodnight at night and paid their mortgages off the back of focusing hatred to one woman that most of them have never met. I do wonder how history will remember those that knowingly did that for the sake of the combination of misogyny, misogynoir, greed, being part of a system that they were just like, well, I was doing what my editor told me and not caring. I do wonder how history will remember.
I mean, when you say you've experienced it, what do you mean?
Because I've had people send me DMs saying, you know, unspeakable things that they would want to do to her, her children, her husband, myself, unspeakable things. And you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? If you don't like her, that's fine. If you don't like the things she puts out,
The TV show.
yeah. Write an article saying you don't like it. But 24 hours focused hatred on this one woman,
It's
this
unbelievable.
mother, this human being, this soul, it's unforgivable.
That's right. Okay. So, I was going to say no comment. Okay, the hate is sanctioned by the establishment. Prince Harry refused to play the cover-up game with his family. They exposed the symbiotic relationship between the Gutter media and his family. Of course, they are going to target Harry's Achilles heel, his wife, leave them to karma. Okay, also, not in the wake of my uncle Andrew, he was embroiled in a shameful scandal accused of the sexual assault of a young woman, and no one had so much as suggest that he lose his security. Whatever grievances people have against us, sex crimes weren't on the list. All right, let's go to the next tweet. She's making reference to the fact that people make money when they talk about Meghan. All right, next tweet. I have one more after this. I hope I have the proper. Okay, good. All right, so I think I'm done with the royals. So there's this here. Just end. After the FBI, U.S. said Iran is planning to attack California, and Trump also reacted to the intel saying they weren't there. The Iranian foreign minister came out and said, quote, our missile was intentional cap at 2,000 kilometers. If we wanted to attack the United States, we would have increased it, but we didn't. Then a reporter asked him, what would it take for the war to end? Iran foreign minister responded by saying, we are not ready to end the war yet. We will only end it when the enemy has deemed decimated to the point where they won't attack us again in the future. The thing is that Israel, oh my God, the first time they target them this year, I'm talking about this year, they test them. They're posturing their military might. And then they made an agreement, a ceasefire. They disagree, how do you call this? They didn't stand by their agreement and they went and started again. And this time, yeah. All right, let's see here. There's more. Just and the Iranian IRGC command center said it had expected the United States to be better prepared than what it is witnessing in the battlefield. Whatever is happening, I can't believe this. Okay. I have spoke about, not in this video, past videos, where politicians, the GOPs in particular, keep on buying arms, okay, military equipment. And then the military keep on telling Congress and the Pentagon, they do not need any more weapons. So this is why they wanted the more weapons. And now they buy all these expensive toys, and to a certain extent, for this battle itself. And they don't even know, there's no tactical way. I don't know. It's just wasted. Wasted. Unbelievable. All right, what else is there? All right, just and after President of the United States, Donald Trump said, was it that he could have targeted the Iranian electric capacity within 1 hour, but he hasn't done that. All right, so there's all sort of thing. Where is that now? 5 hours ago, just as Khamenei was giving his first speech, the IRCG simultaneously launched its 42nd wave of ballistic missile at U.S. and Israel assets. Okay, this man has single-handedly defended his country and the media. Whenever he speaks, he talks straight to the point with intelligent argument. He has a PhD in political science and international relations. He's extremely intelligent. May God bless him. One of the best foreign. This is the thing the heir to the throne in the UK should somewhat be more mindful of. Okay, what people think terrorists look like, there's that. How terrorists actually look like. Yeah. Sadly, yeah. All right, so there's all of that. This is my last one. This one is very interesting. And when you hear what she's saying, it pretty much resonates with so many other people. Anna Kasparian, okay? Anna Kasparian. To any Israel watching this, I want you to know that you are hated internationally. The whole world loathes you. It's because you think you God-chosen people when you act like absolute demon. Go off, Queen. All right, so let's listen. 49 seconds. Oh, come on.
For the Israelis watching this right now, I want you to be clear. I want you to understand this, okay? You are hated internationally. Hated. The whole international community loathes you. Young American citizens in this country, both left and right, loathe you. And eventually, these are the people who are going to come into power. Don't be mistaken based on the propaganda you hear in American media. That's not representative of how the American people feel about you. You're hated. And it's not because you're Jewish. It's because you slaughter innocent people. It's because you think you're God's chosen people when you act like absolute demons. You guys like to slaughter people and steal land, and you think you're better than everyone else. You think that you're entitled to everything, including our tax dollars. It's disgusting.
She's spot on. There's that. Even in Brazil, there's more of this. I don't want to focus too much on that. All right, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Let me see what my son needs. He just came from school, well, a while ago.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.